What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we're going back to the well on the tribal decks because one, they're fun, but two, we have a format where there's more tribes to still be explored, and we want to come back and do that. However, this one is one we're coming back to for this season. So in the very beginning of the season, we did put out just a regular standard deck that was goblins, but now I want to do it for standard 2022, so we can talk about like what is this going to look like going forward. A large chunk of the deck already carries over, so we're going to just kind of start from that build and go from there. But I think it has the parts to actually really hang with a lot of stuff. I think even in my mind, like the first thought I had was like, well, there's going to be enough sweepers. There's probably enough things that deal like 2 damage to things or whatever. So it's probably not that good. But the deck is actually more resilient than I think people want to give it credit for, and actually probably fares a little better than some of the other tribal decks you could play in the format. They've actually managed to make it to where goblins are actually pretty versatile, believe it or not. That's not something we say that often. And one of the interesting things is that you're used to playing red decks where you kind of play a bunch of junky things and hope to hit your big thing. Well, now what if everything's just kind of middle of the road? That's sort of what this feels like. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this. Not quite mono red. It's got a little bit of white. So we have to actually call it Boros. We're going to take a look at this Boros Goblin deck for standard 2022. Alright, so some of the cards you already know and love, like good old Fireblade Charger, and the Charger actually looks kind of inconspicuous in this list in some ways, but because we have so many things that can pump our goblins, there's a lot of times this is going to be 3 or 4 power or more and really be a nuisance to the opponent, because if they get low enough, they're not even going to be able to block this effectively. So this card is, even though it's a 1 mana thing, it can end up being one of the better cards or one of the cards you're hoping to draw late in the game. Frostbite, obviously a good card, also means we're going to be playing a bunch of snow lands. Goblin Javelineer, this is one of the new cards that at first glance, it was kind of like, all right, this is this 1/1 junky goblin, you know, whatever. But the interesting thing is it kind of fights up the chain, especially if you start getting to where, again, this one becomes a 2/2 or becomes a 3/3. Well, now your opponent has trouble blocking with any reasonably sized creatures and it becomes a real problem. And anything your opponent has with 1 toughness can't really block this at all. I mean, it can block it, but then it just dies, so it doesn't even get to trade at any point. So stuff like Magdas or anything like that just does pretty much nothing. You know, they don't really get to chump block it. So a really good card, and the fact that it has haste is also good because, again, late in the game for 1 mana, you might be getting an extra 2 to 4 power in the attack step and an additional thing somebody needs to block. So really, the 1 mana creatures in this deck are really strong. Don't want to underestimate them in this particular build. Now, Rally of the Ranks is one of the reasons we are splashing some white mana in the deck. This is just one more way, like we're saying, to make our creatures that much harder to deal with. You know, put maybe some of your lords out of range of Frostbite or any of that type of stuff. Make your creatures big enough to fight dragons. You know, just one more thing really goes a long way here. So big fan of this card in here. I had 4 and reduced it to 3 just so I can make room for some more creatures, but I think there could be an argument made to put a 4th one in at some point. Goblin Battle, I was like Goblin Cry Battle. That was, I would have got that all backwards. Battle Cry Goblin, 2/2 for 2, pay 2, give creatures +1 and haste. Goblins you control +1 and haste, though all of our creatures happen to be goblins. And then whenever you attack, if you're attacking with power 6 or greater, you also get an additional 1/1. So this is kind of cool because you can usually pump your team and then attack and get the bonus. If you already have 6, you could attack. You could use it post-combat, so then that 1/1 you have coming into play is at least a 2, if not more. I think the other thing, too, to remember about this card is that you can actually activate it more than once. I think in my original video, I had an attack step where I didn't activate it more than once, but you totally can. And that really changes combats as well, because if 1 or 2 creatures gets through, well, that could be a ton of damage depending on how many lands you have. Hobgoblin Captain. This is another one that I kind of wanted to poo-poo on a little bit, to put it nicely. But it's a 3 power, and that's nothing to turn your nose up at, and we can very often get to where we're attacking with 6 power or more. And again, if you look at something like, say, turn 1, Fireblade Charger, turn 2, or even, say, Javelineer, turn 2, Hobgoblin Captain, anything that pumps your creatures after that is 6, right? And then you're attacking, so this has first strike, and your opponent can't really deal with it easily. They don't necessarily want to block the Javelineer because they need to block with something 3/3 or bigger. You know, or really a 2/2 or bigger, right? Because it's going to deal damage otherwise. If it's a Fireblade Charger, well, they can block, but they're going to take an additional bit of damage. So you can set up some pretty easy early turns with this. And worst case scenario, if you're in the draw, well, it's a 3/1, and if your opponent has something like the new Werewolf, assuming they don't have a fight spell, you can just block and trade, right? So that's a thing you can do too. So it's a really good creature just in general. It's, again, very inconspicuous, but very good. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord is not a lot to say about this. It's a 2/3 for 3. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. You can pay 1 and tap it and occasionally deal some damage equal to a number of goblins that came into play. But the truth is, you're rarely going to do that. And we have a way to put multiple goblins into play with, you see a pair of goblins. So I guess in late game cases where 2 damage matters, yeah, it's possible. But the reality, you're not doing much. I would say usually if that situation comes up, it's going to be something where you play this on your turn. You end up not attacking for whatever reason. Maybe they've got 3/3s and 4/4s out or something, and it's just you can't punch past. During their instep, possibly, you know, the next turn you end up playing this, dealing 2 to something or dealing 2 to them, and then the next turn play something and try to get the attack through with the extra creatures possibly. But even that's only going to be super effective if your opponent's at like less than 7 life. So likely not going to happen that often. But you see a pair of goblins, really good card, mostly because it gives you 2 choices and it's instant, right? During their instep, if you want, you could put some red creatures into play, get some surprise blockers. Also many times 3/3 or bigger. But, you know, sometimes you're just like, okay, you're going to attack. Maybe you play it aggressively. Your opponent blocks, you want to take down 2 or 3 blockers. Or you're just like, okay, let's wait and see if a couple things get through. Then maybe we try to pump the team and, you know, maybe we get an extra 4 or 6 points. So it's a good surprise card, and once your opponent knows it exists, it kind of forces your opponent into some ugly blocking situations to either A, risk not losing their creatures, or 2, not risk dying. So good. It's one of those things that's almost more threatening that it exists than you even actually having it in hand. But yeah, Trash Master. This is one of the other cards that does a lot of work. This is an arena-only card, by the way. So if you do decide to build this in paper, you'll want to play something other than this. And realistically, if we were going to go that route, I would probably just play the additional Rally the Ranks, 2 extra Showdown of the Scalds, and something else. Maybe even a Dragon or something just as a cleanup card. So if you do want to play this in paper, this is the one you kind of have to cut because you can't play it in regular paper Magic going forward. But that's okay. If we're playing Arena and you're playing in best of 1, you can play this card. And it works quite well. So go for it to your heart's content. Oh, well, pumps all your goblins, and you can sacrifice a goblin to destroy an artifact. Doesn't come up often. Occasionally you may get rid of it to, like, get rid of a treasure or something, a goblin, but not often. And then we have Showdown of the Scalds. This is the other reason that we're splashing white. Really dual purpose. As much as we like having the extra cards, sometimes just being able to get those extra, like, +1 to +3, you know, of the extra counters over 2 turns is a pretty big deal late in the game to really help you finish off the opponent or make a creature big enough your opponent can't effectively block. But the new cards don't suck either, right? You get other extra cards in your hand, that's going to help you push through just as well. So, yeah. Other than that, lands, we've got 4 Den of the Bugbear, 9 Snow-Covered Mountains, 4 Fury Calm Snarls, 4 Needle Verge Pathway, and 2 Faceless Havens. We'd like to play more Faceless Havens, but we're really only playing 9 Snow-Covered Mountains, so we're more often going to be attacking with Den of the Bugbear than we are Faceless Haven. However, Den of the Bugbear does make a 3/2, or turn into a 3/2 goblin and makes an additional 1/1 goblin, so you're getting more creatures by attacking with the Den of the Bugbear anyway, but it does cost you an additional mana over what Faceless Haven does, so there's that. But overall, yeah, we're going to do like we always do. We're going to go play some games, and then at the end of the games, like always, check us out at the end of the video. We're going to talk about things we would change or update about this list if there's changes we want to make, and then we'll have a card spotlight for you. Also, you can get all the links here. Let me put it in the chat. Linktree.com/PowrDragn. There you go if you want to follow everything. All right, now let's play some Magic. We're going to keep this for sure. So we'll just play that. Leave up Frostbite. Okay, I think here we want to play this. we get to play this, play a gobbo, shoot that, attack for 3. Come on, Goblin. I want to get max attack in next turn. Ooh, I was going to say, they could have had a old growth troll, and that would have been a pain. Ah, that's going to suck. Damn, why did that not work? That's some bad luck. I guess I'm going to have to give up our Battle Cry Goblin, huh? That makes me sad. I guess we don't really have a choice, though, do we? I mean, we could set up to eventually attack with the Faceless Haven, so I guess we have to put this into play first. Alright. I don't love it, because, yeah, they just get to trade here, and there's nothing we can really do. We just drew too many mana sources. Ah, that's so sad. So sad. There's a Toski. That is slightly annoying. That's better. That's actually a lot better. Okay. And then guess we'll put that into play. And we'll attack. One goes to 10. Alright. Well, good news is we can block something with the Trash Master if necessary. We can attack for 4, which gets a bonus as 5. I'm probably going to lose my Trash Master here. Oh, nope. I thought maybe they were going to put the 2 counters on it. They opted not to. And yet a 3rd Ranger class. And a Wolf. Okay, now the Wolf is actually a little bit of a nuisance here. The Wolf could be a real problem. Alright, so if we attack, they block just the Trash Master. That'd be lethal. So they have to block something with the Wolf. They're probably going to block our 5/4. I'm cool giving up Trash Master here. I think it's fine. I mean, because now the opponent really needs 2 blockers. Which, they might find one. But our Hobgoblin's going to have first strike no matter what here. Alright, we can first strike past that. Oh, well, there you go. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use that yet. Because there's a chance this opponent could have a, what's it called? Well, I guess it wouldn't matter. We have 2 attackers. Never mind. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking maybe they could have had the +1/+1 thing, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, shop.ultrapro.com. They are super awesome people over there. They support me and a lot of other content creators too. So check them out, show them some love, especially because I know I'm about to start going to local stores again and playing, which is a rarity that I haven't done in forever. So definitely looking forward to showing off some new sweet gear I got during the quarantine. Okay, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. Alright, gonna need a little extra love though, deck. We're not quite where we want to be just yet. They're probably just gonna foretell something here. Alright. Oh, I needed something we could play. Oh, I needed any creature we could get into play would have been awesome there. Ah, that sucks. So now our Trash Master is probably going to get countered. That's going to be rough. That's an idea. So we could try to play this instead of Taskmaster or Trashmaster here. But we can't really do anything otherwise. Though next turn we'd be able to attack with the Bugbear plus those if we didn't. A lot of options opened up here. Though if I was going to do that, I probably should. Well, no, because that allows me to attack with Faceless Haven next turn. Okay. This is all I'm attacking with here. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. Because if they decide to, like, Frostbite something or whatever, well, then we'll go ahead and play Trashmaster after the fact. They've got something here, so I guess that means that's not a counter. Nah, it's not necessarily what that means. They could have something else. All right. I was going to say, come with it now. It wasn't. I should have went for it. I should have went for it. I almost did. I almost did. I'm going to get so punished now. That sucks. That sucks knowing that, you know? Okay, good news is that's all they have here. So, it's not the end of the world. Problem is, though, I don't have much else beyond this. We can blow up their treasure, though, which is kind of funny. So whatever they block will just get dedicated to blowing up a treasure? Sure. And our Hobgoblins are going to have first strike anyway. Yeah, that's the only good block they get. Target that. All right. And this should be it, because even if they sweep the board here, this will deal 2 to the opponent, and then we get to attack with the Bugbear for... Well, yeah, this would just kill them anyways. They don't, unless they gain life. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Gobos gets a quick 2-0. Yes, we keep this. I don't know why I even hesitated. Of course we're keeping this hand. Let's do this. And we're going to play this duder. So, 2 creatures that when they die get to wreak havoc, pretty much. Which this is silly, because I say, because if they attack, I block. This dies, deals 1 to that, they get a treasure. Like, that whole sequence would have been weird. Now I have a real situation. Like, do I want to just put these 2 out there? Do I want to go with the Hobgoblin? Do I want to play this this turn and attack and trade? Like, choices. I think I want to go ahead and do this. Call Goblin. And then next turn, play 2 Goblins out. I think. I mean, this isn't the best attack for me, mind you. They could still block with the Shambling Gas, kill it. Either way, all the creatures are going off the board here. And of course, they get a free card for the Eye Twitch, but that's fine. Yep. I mean, I could have kept them off of a card there, but I don't really see a reason not to. Also, we get the option of playing a haste creature if we want next turn. So, like, there's choices here. Or if they play something scary enough, like, I don't know, maybe a Nighthawk Scavenger, we could go after it. Okay, so knowing what we know then, let's go with this. If we do this, we just lose it when they sack it next turn, right? But maybe that's still worth it? Let's go with this. I mean, I was thinking I could shoot that down so they wouldn't have anything to sacrifice, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Because if the opponent spends their whole turn just sacking that to kill a Hobgoblin Captain, then the next turn we'll just make a bigger creature and whatever. So yeah, so this is fine. One of those ones you look and say, you don't love it, but it works, you know? Ooh, I'm not going to hate that when the time comes. That is for sure. Gobbos. Alright, now we got the pain train for real. Now we just got to draw a land. Yeah, everything is big now. If we can get even some more snow-covered lands, this thing's going to be a 6/5 attacking. So it's about to get real unless the opponent has something awesome here. Now that doesn't block anything, so we don't care about that. Though they can sacrifice it. That is a thing. Bring it back bigger, but they may not have enough time here. Oh, that's another good pickup. Get in there for 9. I mean, I'm a little sad we didn't get a land for Showdown of the Scalds, but that's a reasonable situation. If we needed an alternative, that works. Good little 3/3 haster for 1. We like that exchange. Don't know what else they're going to do here, though. Like, I'm a little concerned. I mean, we do have the Frostbite, so we're not worried about their land. Okay, that's actually pretty good for them. Keeps them from taking 3. Alright, that just dies. Is what it is. I mean, we're going to put them down to 2 on this attack unless they have another removal card. I mean, might as well attack, opponent. I was going to say, like, yeah. Because I ain't worried about killing that. I'm saving this for the critical turn where they're going to try to block with their Faceless Haven. It's probably the best use of it. They had a Deadly Dispute anyway. Alright, we're just going to draw another Javelin here. That's all. Or, what is it, the Hobgoblin Captain? Turn those into 4s? Oh, that's annoying. So I guess I have to try to kill that. Okay. I don't love it. Come on. Oh, that's actually good. That's good. Because now if they do have a board sweeper, unless it's Shadow's Verdict. But I doubt it based on what they're playing. Maybe it is. I doubt it, though. You wouldn't play Shadow's Verdict if you were playing, like, Skyclave Shade. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I guess we keep this. If we get a white land, I mean, we just kind of get to curve out, I suppose. A little awkward. Not the way I'd predict it, but, you know, we'll see. Depends on what the opponent has on how good this hand is. Oh, well, we did get a 4th land, but not the 4th land we were looking for. That is an acceptable new 4th turn play, though. Alright. I'm assuming this is going to be a dead Battlecry Goblin. Yep, absolutely. Which will likely lead to a dead Hobgoblin Bandit Lord, because I'll have a second Frostbite. Because my opponents always have a second Frostbite. I say that. This is probably just a counter. Huh. Yeah, alright. Yep. Now, if they play Galazeth, we're going to need another land. Oh. Does this come into play? Nope, just more Saw It Comings. Fair enough. I guess I should have just tried to attack with my Hobgoblin lands. Alright, well, that may be what we're doing next turn anyway. Okay, well, that's all we got. Guess it's just going to have to be what it is. I'm going to go looking for a Frostbite, I take it. Oh, they immediately left one on top. Oh, they didn't have it. I thought they were going to get us. Oh, I thought we were so got there. I really did. Because they didn't even hesitate. They, like, looked and boom, left it on top. So I was like, that has to be the Frostbite. But it wasn't. What is that? If it's not... I mean, we're not going to try to cast anything here. Nothing? Let's say you got to have something. I was going to say, there you go. That at least makes sense. I was like, come on, opponent. Here comes a free turn. Yep. No surprise there. Goldspan Dragon, sure. Ooh. What do we do? What do we do? And this only deals to... Oh, this deals to any target. Huh. Man, why don't we have one more land? Ooh, you know how good that would be? Need to think about this. So, if we attack... Assume they'll block with Goldspan Dragon. We could try to kill that. Or we could just attack with Hobgoblin and everything. Then they take 2, lose everything but the Goldspan Dragon. We lose like a creature. So that's probably the safest plan, really. Let's do that. And if the opponent just has another answer, they have another answer. Alright. Okay, opponent's at 2. Another Goldspan, sure. Oh, man, you're kidding. Oh, that is so brutal. Okay. Well, now if we get another untapped land, we could play this, activate, attack, like whatever. All right, I think I was going to say, we don't necessarily have this, because they can still activate a man land, right? Let's try to resolve one of these. Call Goblin. Now if we attack, we get the first strike of Goldspan Dragon. This will get blocked. Leave the opponent with 1 blocker. And then we could try to attack with everything next turn, I think. Though I don't even know if we need to attack here, is the thing. But we could also take out another Goldspan Dragon because their mana doesn't mean anything here. Okay. Before they block... Alright. So now they got to give up a Goldspan Dragon anyway, which is how we expected that was going to end up. Just not that way. Okay. Opponent's got to come up with some answers. They don't have it. Because then their dragons don't matter. We go first with this. Yeah, we'll keep. Put this into play. Yeah. I guess I do this? I mean, really, it's about turn 4 whenever we can get that in there, attack and everything. Well, maybe not. Because that only gets bigger if something's removed. And that's only on their turn if something's removed, right? Once each turn. Okay. Cool. Then I'm going to go ahead and just play this. Call Goblin. So I get an easy attack here. Then next turn we can play Battlecry Goblin with haste. And really get some stuff in. Well, that's annoying. I guess our Showdown of the Scalds. Wrong card, opponent. Wrong card. You should have got one of the other ones. Oh. Well, that's nice. That changes kind of sort of what we want to do. Well. We could still play that. Give everything haste. This will have first strike. I get a 2/2 out of the deal. Or I could just play this, let it sit there, use this to kill something, then attack with everything next turn. But I don't think that's really any better. Maybe it is, though. I don't know. Ah, man. I feel like I'm going to make a mistake just letting this sit here and not attacking. Because, I mean, they basically have to trade the Spellbinder for that, right? And then we'll still end up with the 2/2 afterwards. I'm gonna pass. I'm such a wuss. I'm gonna pass. I'm supposed to be attacking there. I'm supposed to be hasting up and attacking. I'm 99% sure that's the case. But I feel like this way, if the opponent doesn't have something good, I mean, maybe they have Snakeskin Veil or something, and that's fine if they do. Okay. Let's go and let them choose, because they don't know we have a Frostbite yet. And we also might draw another Goblin we can attack with, too. Let's keep that in mind. Yeah, I think the attack was right, but here we create a situation where now they have to give up even more creatures to block our Battlecry Goblin. So yeah, we're just gonna juice everything up. Not that it matters, but we were gonna spend the mana anyway. Oh, I should have done it afterwards, actually, because I would have given this a +3. Actually, that was bad. Because I was already gonna get the bonus, because these were already bigger. I'm doing nothing else with the mana this turn, so sure. So I could have got another point in here. Which does matter. I mean, I think all in all that worked out. Because even here, if they decide to get rid of this, it's fine. We're going to play Showdown of the Scalds next turn. Probably still attack. I can't imagine not attacking here. Oh, that's neat. Opponent's at 9, huh? Well, if we attack... Let's see. We go Hobgoblin. Leaves us 1 mana open. This would have first strike. It would still take 2. Probably trade those for a Hobgoblin land. Or we could just... Showdown... No, I'm going to do... Well, that could put us in jeopardy of not casting Showdown. So let's just do this. Oh my lord. Oh, it is so good we did that. Because we would have been stuck the next couple turns, possibly. I mean, I guess... What? Okay, that's a card. Well... I mean... Magic cards. Alright. Play this. Put a counter on this dude. I mean, do we... I don't know what to do with this. I think we just make 2 duders. Put the counter here. Okay. All right, Chariot. Annoying. All right, we need to draw one of our, like, pump creatures or something. We need something to happen here. We need something to go our way. Oh, that's almost good enough. That's almost good enough. If we attack... 1, 2... This takes 5 total lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Ah, I need 1 more mana. Damn, because if we could make this big enough after... Like, if they even took 1 point after this died, we could actually make it big enough with just +2. The 1 from that would have been +3. So we could have made it a 4. Ah, man. That had so much potential. What do we do? I don't know the right answer here. Opponent's only at 5, though they do get to sack this next turn and go to 8. I mean, I'm going to attack. And we may just give everything +2. Okay. Well, we could save this with the +1/+1 counter. We can still deal 3 to something if we want to. Or we could deal 4 and leave the opponent with not enough power to... Right now they don't have enough power to activate the Chariot. This is so dumb. Am I going to actually save a... Yeah, okay. I thought about taking out the 0-4, but it doesn't really do anything. Shoot the opponent down to 2. I really don't want to, but I know it's correct. Yep, you're going to gain the 1 from your pass. Alright. Oh, man. Really? Oh, they got us. They got us. I think anything short of drawing another showdown, we're probably in trouble here. Because they're going to blink the Chariot. Yep. Gosh dang it. Yep, that's not going to do it. Alright, we're dead. Ah, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, we'll keep it. I just don't expect this to do much early on. Alright, maybe not. This is cute. Alright, they don't have a frostbite. Good to know. But they do have Magdas. I'll play one of those. Alright, I'm game. Probably just play another Magda. Oh, they didn't. Oftentimes that's the case there. Okay. I would love to draw another land. But I think I'm gonna go with this and hope we draw a land. Hey Joseph, how goes it? Oh, that's awesome when Soul Shatter's getting rid of that. Like, that's the world of Magic we want to be in. That, however, is not the world of Magic we want to be in.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Though this is cute because we don't lose any of our Javelineers here. Because they all have the weird pseudo first strike ability.
That is insufferable.
What type of sweepers is this opponent playing? Because if they just like Shadow's Verdict here, we're probably just toast, right? I guess they could -3/-3. I was gonna say, and just call Spider. That would have been gross. Soul Shatter? Sure, man. We will take that trade. Alright, I think here we're just gonna play this during their end step. There's a Magda. Yeah, Orcus would be a good call. That is a very aggressive attack, but okay. Alright, Valky gets a 1/1, whatever. How awesome is Javelineer against my opponent's board right now, though? Like, they have no good blocks. What's funny, though, is turning Valky into the 1/1 is actually good because it lets him kill Javelineer. Make some dudes. Oh, Lord. Come on. I just want... Any of my bigger bodies would be great here. Oh, really? Huh. I guess I'll go ahead and play it. I mean, there's no Shadow's Verdict unless you just drew the land. There you go. Yeah, Goldspan Dragon. You know what's in our hands, so whatevs. What do we do with this otherwise, though? If we make another one here, opponent's gonna block, take 3, go to 7. That's not really worth it. Come on, something to pump our gobos. There we go, that's a start. Makes me sad I didn't make 1/1s there, though. We would have been able to nearly end the game. Yeah, alright. They're all coming in. Well, that's the wrong thing to block, opponent. We probably should have blocked our charger. Alright, well, don't know what you're up to now. Another Goldspan, sure. Oh, I guess they're deciding that's game then. I mean, we can give everything +2. Yeah, that's not going to find you anything. You're not even going to be able to cast anything. Yep, Ooh, this is looking like a repeat of last time, but we're going to go ahead and keep. Because if they don't play anything, I was going to say, don't do anything turn 1, then we'll go ahead and just play our charger. Targnar. So this is what we're doing. Huh. Well. Okay. I think I'm still willing to attack. Okay, they didn't want to trade down for our charger, so that's cool. Here comes a Minx, however you say that. Minsk. Oh, there wasn't one. Interesting. Okay, well. What would you have here? Why would you not have played anything and you let me resolve a thing? I'm just going to get in there with the charger because I don't know what's going to happen here. I feel maybe I got faked out. I don't know. Maybe they don't have anything. But the fact that we have a Hobgoblin in hand and we can still shoot a blocker down, we get a much bigger attack next turn. Plus, we get to make a 3/3 when we attack. So, wasn't really worth it to throw it away there. Because next turn's just too big. Alright. I mean, I guess I'm just willing to let you block here. Like, sure. I mean, we got all the things. Why is Targnar just not getting into combat? What's going on? Like, they're just letting this card sit there forever. Alright, sure, man. I don't know what they're going to do here. Yeah, I don't... What? Alright, so this thing really held its own against some of the bigger decks, which was pretty awesome. I also want to say that it didn't play repetitively, which was a big deal to me because I was very curious how that was going to work. And it turns out it actually doesn't feel samey every game, right? There's a different line of play. Sometimes we're winning with creature land. Sometimes we're trying to do some stuff during the opponent's end step. Sometimes we're just going really tall and just playing 3 or 4 things that pump our creatures. So it didn't even matter sometimes if we're trying to play the early game or the late game, which is something you really haven't been able to say about red decks, really, unless you just get like a Torbran or you're hoping to draw like an Embercleave. And I think with those cards leaving, people thought mono red wasn't going to have a chance. And this isn't totally mono red, but it could be if you wanted it to be. But I think red aggro decks still have a place going forward in Standard 2022. And we'll just see what other cards we get to supplement it. Because if we got some other extra quality burn cards, or maybe even some other quirky goblins, this could actually be even better. So if you're looking for a goblin deck, this one's not too bad. And outside of your lands, you only have a couple of rares you really have to get to play the deck. So it could be pretty affordable compared to a lot of other decks in Standard 2022 as we move forward. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about something on theme here with Goblin Wizard. Just look how crappy this card is. It's a 4-mana 1/1. Now, granted, it does let you put a goblin into play for free, but outside of maybe Siege Gang Commander, what goblins are we going to be sitting on in our hand that we're going to be that excited to, like, not do anything with a 1/1, then tap it, then put it into play, and that thing still has Summoning Sickness? I mean, the other part of giving it protection from white's kind of nice, but man, Magic was so different back then. The crazier part is that this card is actually over $100 now. It's bonkers where Magic is right now. A card like this. And here's the crazy part. This is the type of card that probably won't get reprinted anytime soon. We probably won't even see any version of it. Probably not even online in MitGo or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad Goblins got a lot better. Because this one ain't cutting it. Though if WotC wanted to give us a Goblin Lord back, I would play that. But I think they're trying to get away from land walk abilities. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be in the description down below. And we will have links for a ton of other things, including if you want to come be part of these streams where I make the videos on Facebook Gaming or on Twitch. Or if you just want to come by the Discord and get some deck help or ask some questions or maybe even make suggestions for what we'll play on streams or in the next videos. And don't forget, if you're shopping at TCGPlayer or Amazon, we have some links there. If you click those URLs first, I'll get a small kickback here on the channel. And check out our sponsor, ultrapro.com, shop.ultrapro.com at that. They have all kinds of cool things if you're trying to get back out to playing in your local game store, outfitting your decks, showing off a little bit, get some cool playmat sleeves. And if you don't want to order on the website, remember you can just take down the item number and the name and go to your local store. They can order it for you and you can do business there. And Ultra Pro doesn't mind because they are big supporters of local game stores. And finally, if you haven't, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that wonderful stuff, because that's helping the channel out a lot. And I appreciate all you that have come aboard here in the last few weeks. It's been a good little push and I really appreciate it. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.